Now then, from that Mundo Deportivo article that's been getting a lot of play, Lionel Messi on Barcelona's form regarding the Champions League says, I don't think we're good enough right now to win the Champions League. We have to be more consistent in our play, not make so many stupid mistakes as we've been making all year, not repeat what happened to us in Rome and Liverpool, of course, those second leg collapses over the last 2 years. Manager Quique Setien a little earlier today saying, there are things I agree with and other things I don't. I think we have the same chance as other teams. We need to try and improve and do better. That's clear, but we are growing little by little and getting to a level that allows us to compete with all teams. What do we make of this slight difference of opinion in terms of Barcelona?
Well, can I just tell you, both of them, in their own way, are correct. What Lionel Messi is saying is correct. The self-evaluation of him and his team is telling you, you know what, we have made mistakes that if we continue to make, Champions League is not there for us. We cannot afford to make those sort of mistakes in moments in which we're playing against the sort of level of teams that we're going to be playing in Champions League. That is entirely correct. What Quique Setien is saying is, you know what, we're getting better. We're improving it little by little, but we're improving and we're going to be where we need to be by the time that Champions League comes around. That also is correct, and it's an approach that is, at the very least, non-confrontational with Lionel Messi. You're simply saying, I agree with you, but there are other things that, you know what, I think we're going in the correct direction. We're going in the right direction, and to that point, I would say to Quique Setien, you know what, it's smart for you to address it without addressing it.
What do you feel about Barcelona's Champions League chances? Obviously, the odds makers think they're third favourite at the moment. Do they feel like
Well, it would help them
favourites?
if Atleti knock Liverpool out.
Right.
That would help because we know they can get the better of Atleti. That would help. If Dortmund knock PSG out, which is not unfathomable. If things fall their way, they've got a chance, an outside chance. I just don't think defensively the structure at the moment leads them to win this tournament. I mean, he can do so much, but he can't do everything, Lionel Messi. So I think in previous years, I think they had it in their own grasp, but I think the chips are going to have to fall a certain way if Barca are going to win it this year.
Well, they will have to do without the services of Martin Braithwaite, despite having just signed him. He's not eligible for the Champions League. This was his unveiling today.
Okay, all right. Go.
Actually, yesterday, but
okay.
Going through his paces.
Hey, man. Hey, well, let's just say that he's not going to be on the field juggling the ball.
They're not paying him. They're not paying him, as we see this headline, which I imagine is not very.
This is not right. Is that the correct translation now?
That is correct from Marca.
It is the Madrid-based newspaper, mind you, Marca.
Yeah, well, Barca are not paying Martin Braithwaite whatever they're paying him to juggle the ball. They're paying him to put the ball in the
Thank goodness.
You'd imagine. But this whole thing, and I watched yesterday's show, is. And I said on social media that a couple of days ago when we were having a brief, I said it stinks the place out. It really does. And listen to what Sid was saying, I agree. Hopefully this makes the powers that be sit back and say, you know, this rule that we have, this law we have written isn't correct. It's making us look stupid because here we have a team, a small club, desperate for goals. And I think he said yesterday 8 goals within the rest of the team is left. Martin Braithwaite's something like 5 or something. It's not great, but every little helps. They're now in the middle of a huge relegation battle. And as I said the other day, they've been pilfered for their main attacker because Barca have injuries. The whole law is horrendous. I mean, it really is, because injuries are a part of the game. And if it was a goalkeeper and they had 4 goalkeepers out, it's a specialist position, I wouldn't have such an issue with it. But when people say, we've got no strikers, you've got Ansu Fati, you've got Lionel Messi, you've got Antoine Griezmann, I don't feel sorry for you.
That's a pretty good front three, isn't it? Is your stance changed at all? Because, I mean, can you blame Barcelona for taking advantage of this loophole?
What would I change it from?
Well, 24 hours later, he wants to know if you've changed.
No, but Barcelona are just saying, listen, the rule was there, we took advantage of it.
Well, but my stance was not that Barcelona somehow are getting away with it. Barcelona are taking advantage of a rule that is in place and it's available to everybody. My point, and this is a thing that I simply will not change and will not budge on, is the fact that there's only a handful of teams in this league that could potentially take advantage of this rule. It's Barcelona, it's Real Madrid, and then after that it gets a little shady. But clubs like Leganes cannot take advantage of this. Smaller clubs that have smaller budgets cannot take advantage of this clause because in the event that somebody gets injured, they simply do not have the money to go out and buy out some other player at the sort of rate that Barcelona and Real Madrid can.
How are they going to get by without Martin Braithwaite against Napoli in the Champions League? We shall see.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.